fans of the Horus Heresy, Legio 17, Word Bearers, and fates that are cast in the shadow of great wings. Thank you very much for joining me for an unboxing review, and today we've got a miniature that I'm very excited about from Forge World's Horus Heresy range, and this is none other than Argel Tal, the Crimson Lord, commander of the Serrated Sun, or chapter master of the Serrated Sun chapter. So this is a miniature that has just come out today. It is Friday the 17th of September, so hot off the press I wanted to do a review and have a look at this model and share it with you guys and girls, because I'm a bit of a Word Bearers fan. I've got a fairly decent sized Word Bearers army, and this guy is an absolute no-brainer for me to get. And for fans of the Black Library novels, if you've read The First Heretic and Betrayer by Aaron Dembski-Bowden, you'll know how much of an interesting character Argel Tal is. Anyway, enough excitement gushing for the moment. So what we're going to do in this video is I'm going to unpack the miniature, we're going to take a look at the parts, see what the details are like, maybe compare him to a current Gal Vorbak and a Terminator Marine, because there's a lot of discussion about model size in Horus Heresy at the moment. And we'll also appraise the casting quality of this single miniature from Forge World. So without further ado, we shall take the scalpel of sacrificial opening, and I am going to have to be careful here because this is a brand new blade, and if I slip I'm going to be bleeding. No doubt the Dark Gods and Argel Tal would be most amused by that, so I don't want to make Raum in this video for an accident like that. Okay, right, so well, firstly, it comes in this blister. This is a large size Forge World plastic blister, and we get the miniature and a pretty bog standard. This is a 40mm plastic round base. Got to do it because it's now traditional on this channel. Code 30. There you go. The change continues. That's so apt for this model. Right, so where shall we begin? Well, I suppose as I've come to it first, we'll go with it first. Let's take a look at his wing. Now, this is an interesting model. It is sold in a normal blister, yet detail-wise, I think this is probably really a character series level of detail model. So I'm interested to test that little theory. So this wing, gorgeous. Lots and lots of detail with this leathery, tattery, veined demonic wing with demonic digits on its edge. So perhaps a bit bat-like. This a little bit like a pterodactyl, or for those of you interested in natural history, a Hoatzal bird. Yes, lovely. Loads of details there. So that kind of in effect makes Argel Tal in this demonic form a 6-limbed beast. Let's go for the other wing. So similar sort of drill. This one is somewhat more folded over than the other. It's almost like he's giving himself a little hug with his wings. Now these are resin, so it'd be easy to heat this up, and if you wanted to stretch it out to unfurl his mighty flappers, that sounds a bit dodgy, you can do. I might do that actually. Detail wise though, this is very similar to the first one. And absolutely gorgeous, and all these veins running across the surface. Casting wise on both of these, they look very good. Bit of the mould seam to tidy up running down the leading edge of the wing. General cleanup, there's a couple of gates removed, but both of those nice and clean and crisp, no sliminess at all. Right, I think we need to get into the body of things now. And here is Argel Tal's torso and legs. Wow, look at that. The detailing here is brilliant. This is very fine. Definitely Forge World character series grade detail. This is a higher level of detail than their standard models. I love this detailing here. You've got a merging of the armour ribbing or the armour piping of the Space Marine's undergarment in with his demonic flesh. That's a brilliant touch, that. Of course, you need, unnecessary claws are a required feature of Gal Vorbak. Oh, I think we will pause because a helicopter's passing. The helicopter's passed. I think it's the local air ambulance. They're doing some practice drills or training today. They've been around about 4 times now. Anyway, back to the Heresy. So we've got lots of ribaceous details down his front. A large serrated sun icon right in the centre of his chest. Lots of this recurrent cracked armour, so where his powered or, artificer armour has been ruptured by his demonic change. Yeah, I love that. Then his spine has splurged out of the undergarment and merged into his power pack, and the wings are going to attach thusly into that. Interestingly, for those of you who read the story, as described in the first Heretic, the first story in Argel Tal's arc, he doesn't have wings, or is not described specifically as having wings. So I think you could probably convert some bits on here to make it look like a bit of a chaosified power pack. If you wanted him to have more of an Isvan 5 feel than this winged version, which is really representing him as he was in the Shadow Crusade and at New Syria. If you've read Betray, you'll know all about that. So we've got some hoofs going on. I like this upper leg armour. It looks like a set of claws. That's some lovely detailing. I mean, this is an absolute visual and detail feast, this piece. This body is brilliant. And, oh, look at that. Here we have a gorget of teeth. Or his gorget is lined with teeth. I mean, that is just wonderful. Brilliant. What a fantastic sculpt. Quality, this looks very good. It's a bit of a seam to take away there. But other than that, it looks very well cast indeed. And again, it's nice and clean. Size-wise, while we're passing, let's just see how this compares in size to the existing Gal Vorbak miniatures. Now, here is my current Argel Tal miniature, and this is the Dark Martyr from the current Gal Vorbak squad set. And you'll probably appreciate the modelling notes here. This was painted, by the way, by a friend, which is Bees. I'll leave a link to her in the description. She's done a very talented painter. Lovely blending work on these. So size-wise, that's about the same. And you can see that this new model is pretty chunky. He is bigger. It is bigger than the previous Gal Vorbak. And I think that fits with the general notion of Argel Tal being a demonic lord, almost. So a bit bigger, but yeah, it makes sense. And if you've seen the current rules for him, he is a bit of a monster. He's got 4 wounds, so as many wounds as a Castellax robot. So he's an absolute monster. Ha! Pun. Right, let's now touch on his hands. So this is his right arm. And another pause for helicopter. Helicopter's gone. So we've got some ribbed details running down this pauldron, and these long extended grotesque fingers. And these are, in terms of game use, they are somewhat analogous to up-powered lightning claws. And again, looking at it, we've got some wonderful fine detailing here with all these keratinous ribs. In terms of cleanup, there's a couple of shims and casting gates to take away. And a bit of cleanup it looks to do around here. So I have to see how we go with that. I think it's okay though. Yeah, lovely. And the claws here are definitely in the style of the original. So what do we have next? So time for a new review. Fans of Horus Heresy, thank you very much for joining me for a review of the latest Mark II Space Marine model. Yes, Forge World have brought them back after a long pause from 2018. Oh, it's been gibbed. So yeah, Tal comes with the remains of a slain Astartes Mark II model. This guy has been having a bad case of ripped apart at the waist. For fans of giblets, there are a lot to paint there. Incredible detailing. Lovely Mark II legs as well. And again, looking at this, I can see the details on this are at the level of a character series model. This is more detailed than a standard four-jaw model. And here we have some more Mark II action. Yeah, this guy has definitely had better years. I like the little detail there of where his pauldron would attach. You don't normally get that, but here, whoever sculpted this imagined the pauldron's been torn away. And he's just generally had a right good stuffing. And we can see him holding Tal's demonic talons. Love the Mark II model. Oh, his power pack's been ripped off as well. Some more nice details. Games Workshop 2021. Yeah, very nice. Now, the obvious temptation is to paint this guy as an ultramarine, which is, I think, as I'll do it. Although most of my Wordbearer force is themed on Isfan 5, I do want him with the ultramarine. But if, like I said, did some converting, make him look like he's at Isfan 5, paint it up as Raven Guard. Troll points. Right, the final part in the pack. And this is where we come to a head of this review. And here we have his head. So he's got this absolutely enormous monarch spike protruding from his forehead, with all sorts of other demony bits. Again, I want to just compare that to the original. So I always imagine this model as being an early representation of Argel Tal. You can see they've developed that. Interesting mouth design. They've taken the Mark IV helm and split it down the centre to have a set of demonic teeth protruding. So I do like that. All sorts of weird bone, metal, flesh fusion. Nice to cast as well. Here we've got his left pauldron. Got some more nice details there. A bit more clean up to do in there. A bit of flash to remove. Overall, yeah, absolutely excellently cast. There's very little prep work to do here. Very little indeed. Just what you would hope for and expect. There you go. I'm really, really impressed with this miniature. This is an absolutely fantastic sculpt. The casting is almost flawless. So yeah, top marks there on the production quality Forge World. Oh, one more comparison in size. So we've had a quick comparison against a Vorbak. Here is a Tartos Terminator Marine, again, a member of the Serrated Sun chapter I have. This was painted by Mr. Nick Vogt, another very talented painter. Links in the description if you want to check out his work. And yeah, the new Argel Tal is suitably enormous compared to a Terminator, but not ridiculously so given this guy's in-game stats. So yeah, really, really pleased with this model. I'm personally very excited for this. This guy's going straight in for a bath, and then I'm going to build him, and we'll come back as soon as I can get it done for a model review, and I'll talk about his rules as well. So I hope you found this an interesting and enjoyable unboxing video. As always, I'd like to hear your thoughts and observations on Argel Tal and, of course, the awesome word bearers in the comment section. So please do share those. But other than that, I'd just like to say thank you very much for watching. I'll speak to you next time, and goodbye.